This is Access LaPorte County, Channel 97. Coming up next is the August 31st meeting of the LaPorte County Redevelopment Commission. You can find more information for this meeting at www.accesslaportecounty.org.
Going to call the LaPorte County Redevelopment Commission meeting for August 31st, 2022 at 4 p.m. to order. If everybody please stand for the pledge.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, Mary Jane.
Hi, I'm Susan Elliott. I'm filling in for Mary Jane Thomas tonight. Roll call, Randy Novak,
Present.
Joe Core,
Present.
Rich Rosinski,
Present.
Terry Larson,
Present.
Scott Cooley,
Present.
Connie Gramel-Rosa, Michael Rosenbaum,
Present.
Jan Riberty.
Present.
Mr. President, you have a quorum.
Thank you. Approval of tonight's agenda.
A motion to approve is presented. Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Thank you. Public comment. Public comment is now open. Anybody from the public would like to speak? Anybody from the public would like to speak?
One at a time, please.
Anybody from the public would like to speak? Public comment is now closed. Moving on, communications.
Communications for August 2022. You received a letter from the Rail Summit thanking you and for supporting them. It was a successful Rail Summit. Michigan City Waterworks confirming email. Auditor request for treasurer report. Herald Dispatch related to the claims and allowances publication. Office of Community and Economic Development, signed minute request for webpage, sorted and filed the RDC mail. USI invoice number 2, Mr. Bishop, picked up July POs for signature from auditor's office. Prep submitted D&M excavating pay request number 3 to US Bank. Auditor related to the RDC 421 $2 million ARPA funds received appropriation number. Auditor's office to prepare August automated POs. EDA economic adjustment assistant grants 39 North, the FOIA response emails. Auditor MCR sender RDC president related to the negative 421 TIF 2 balance emails and the agenda item emails.
Thank you. Everybody.
Recording in progress.
Everybody have a chance to review the minutes?
Motion to approve. Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any questions on the minutes? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Thank you. Treasurer's report.
The treasurer's report. The KIDC TIF balance after the payments or claims are paid that will be approved tonight is $70,595. The 421 number 1 TIF is $304,931. The 39 North is $92,517, and the 421 number 2 is a negative $60,281. That will be adjusted and completed before the end of next meeting, hopefully.
Great. Thank you. What's your pleasure?
Motion to approve.
Motion is second. Is there any other questions? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Moving on to claims tonight. Out of the KIDC TIF, we have MCR Partners for August professional services in the amount of $3,000. Thomas and Associates July professional services in the amount of $949. Barnes and Thornburg legal service invoice 2645258 in the amount of $403, and Friedman and Associates August 2022 legal service in the amount of $1,500 for a total of $5,852.
Motion to approve, and Mr. President, I read over every one of these invoices and approved that.
Thank you. So
I'll second that.
Thank you. Have a motion and a second. Is there any other questions? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Next one, moving on to the US 421-1 TIF, Thomas and Associates, July, in the amount of $949. MCR Partners, August, professional services in the amount of $2,000. And Herald Dispatch, July, legal notice in the amount of $32.17 for a total out of that fund of $2,981.17.
Motion to approve. Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any questions? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? 39 North, MCR Partners, July, professional services in amount of $1,000 for a total of $1,000 out of that.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Total claims tonight is $9,833.17, and as I said before, several of these you might hear the same person getting paid. We break up the invoice so it comes out of several different TIFs. We spread it out so it doesn't all come out of one. So with that said, moving on to US 421 project DNM excavating. Do we need to approve the claim of $225,331? Is that what that?
Motion to
Yes.
approve the claim, and
Second.
And Mr. President, I have driven around and seen what D&M has done. They've done a very good job.
Yep.
Some of the most difficult stuff, Brian can explain to you, I think is completed, which is a very good thing. Are we under 94 now?
We are under 94 with the 36.
You gotta
Come up to the
stand.
microphone, please.
Sorry.
Thank you.
We are under 94 with the 36 inch for the water main. We will be under 94 with the 16 inch for the force main, either the end of next week or the following, depending on my subcontractor getting back in town.
And the lift station's in?
The lift station is in. We have come out of the lift station and crossed 300 North today.
Great.
You didn't get my email today? You didn't? Okay. Well, I guess while I'm standing up here, just to give you guys a quick update, my supplier informed me today, I know in the last, I think it was the last meeting it was discussed, I've got half the water main, half the 20-inch water main in. And somebody might have questioned why I wasn't installing that. I can go about 600 feet, and then I'm out of gaskets and out of glands to install that water main. As of this afternoon, the ship date on the mega lugs for the glands to put fittings on, which would be any of the fittings on the 20-inch, they're supposed to ship the 19th, between the 19th and the 23rd of this month. These things were ordered the first week of March. I got 540 feet of 20-inch TR flex, which is the directional drill water main pipe, 1,530 feet of 12-inch ductile iron, 3,844 feet of 20-inch ductile iron still missing, 216 feet of 12-inch TR flex, which is the ductile that gets directional drilled, and 306 feet of 16 inches going to go through the casing under 421. All of that was ordered the first week of March. The supplier cannot get a lead time from the manufacturer on when it will be made and when it will be delivered. Ductile iron pipe lead times have swelled. He says the lead times have swollen 30 to 40 weeks on the ductile industry since March. When I originally ordered this in March, they thought I would have it by the end of July. I still haven't seen any of it. The 3,600 roughly feet of 20-inch ductile iron I have, that I think was invoiced last month, I found in California at another supplier and got it sent here because it didn't have to come out of a manufacturer. Ductile industry is hurting bad.
So you're actively looking for other places to find these supplies. We
We're trying to
appreciate
find it
that.
anywhere we can. One of the casings, we just switched to one, I believe. Yes. One of them was supposed to have ductile iron through it for sanitary sewer. And on both sides of the casing, it goes back to PVC. I got with Michigan City Sanitary District and we switched that to PVC because I cannot get the ductile. There wasn't a stick of 18-inch ductile in the United States for me to get. So I switched it to SDR 35 through that casing. No, C900. C900, which is a plastic water main pipe, so we can move forward, which A&R Pipeline understood and allowed it, so.
Right.
That's all I got, unless you have questions.
Thank you. Anybody have any questions of Brian? Thank you. So we have a motion and a second on the claim for the 421 project DNM excavating. Any other questions? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Thank you. Moving on to old business, 421 I-94, Matt Reardon.
Thanks, gentlemen, for coming and giving the update on the project. The only update I have for the commission today is there'll be a closing for the lift station property that'll be on September 7th. It'll be at Meridian Title, and it's the already approved $2,500 for the land swap. As the commission will recall, that change order saved the project $56,000 or so, something on that order. So that added to the good. So that was a good idea. So anyway, that's really the only update I have for that. Vladimir sends his apologies. He's down with the sickness today. I think he's got COVID. They're proceeding with their design and permits for the 300,000 square feet of warehouse that'll be located at this location. So I guess he'll be going through that process with the Plan Commission next month. I think Mitch can he can confirm that, so that's good news, and that's another $20 million plus or minus invested in that area. So we don't have tenants yet. I don't think it's going to take very long, but that's the update at 421 and 94.
Just real quick, where's Love's at with starting construction? Are they looking at spring?
They're still in line to start in the spring.
In the spring?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
I guess there were some disagreements with one of the utility providers, so they're going to have a meeting and work all that out, which happens from time to time, as everybody knows. Thankfully, the utility that we're talking about isn't Trans-Canada Pipeline in this instance, so it'll be resolved amicably, and I'm sure they'll move forward quickly.
Thank you.
That's all I have for that.
What about KIP?
KP update, we have a visit put together with the Northwest Indiana Forum, as well as NIPSCO, to talk about upping the power amps at the Kingsbury and what needs to happen to get that accomplished. Along with that activity, which is scheduled for next week, along with Tony, the READY grant has been submitted, finalized. We've received letters of commitment from both JBC Rail as well as Limborg at Kingsbury Elevator about their contributions leading up to the bridge, and that information will go to the IDC. I believe that we're finalized as of today. My conversations with Jennifer Gazdala, the grant administrator hired by the forum, and she hopes that this is the last bit of information being requested. So we're on top of it and ready to move forward.
Great. Thank you. 39 North?
39 North, since we made a request for a FOIA request that's caused the EDA to pay a little bit more attention to what our efforts have been. Subsequent that and the due diligence done by Attorney Friedman on behalf of not only the commission but his 39 North, lo and behold, there hasn't been any grants awarded to the 1st Congressional District at all, which is why I asked for the Freedom of Information Act was applied to these good people. And there's a meeting coming up, and I'll defer to Attorney Friedman about it, and the 39 North law firm retained to do lobbying on this behalf. But yeah, we've made it pretty clear that no projects have been awarded in the 1st Congressional District. These are good projects. This was a good project. This hits all the categories, and it seems like there's a little more subjective analysis of economic development than practical application of things like when you extend utilities, it creates investment and jobs. So I'll turn it over to Attorney Friedman to address any of that.
As Matt has indicated, fortunately we had the benefit of the Freedom of Information Act request. My office spent hours going through that to determine that in fact there had been no EDA grants awarded to Northwest Indiana since 2019.
Yeah.
And what we've asked for is a review reconsideration of the regional office's determination initially denying our grant request. And so there is a meeting now set up because we want this appealed, obviously, to the Washington, D.C. home office of EDA. So there is a meeting, a conference call with representatives of 39 North. I'm hoping either Randy or Joe or both can be on that call as well. 4 p.m., 3 o'clock on September 6th is our call as we look to get a reconsideration on the water tower grant. As Matt's indicated, 39 North has retained some governmental relations folks from Barnes and Thornburg, including one in D.C., who are looking at not only the EDA grant bucket, but a couple of the new buckets that have emerged because of the bipartisan infrastructure law. There's already $1 billion coming to Indiana on to assist rural water systems and $1.2 billion for groundwater infrastructure systems. So we think there's a good chance at landing one of these. And then, of course, if we can land a significant amount of money from one of these grants, then going to the county council with some sort of a match to request ARP funds at that point. But the district knows, as you all do, that we've got to try to land some significant federal dollars, whether through one of these buckets, to try to assist the construction of the water tower at 39 North. This commission and 39 North have been working cooperatively to try to get this grant approved. Mary Jane and Matt worked a long time on that EDA grant. We think it had a lot of merit to it. That's why we're asking for the appeal. And we will continue pressing forward to try to land the bucket of money needed to help be seed money for that water tower. That water tower, as you've all identified, is critical to economic development and job creation north of LaPorte. And so the effort continues to try to land the funds for it.
Did you say 3 p.m. or 4 p.m.?
It's 3 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Eastern. Okay.
All right.
So,
And it's a conference call?
yes.
All right.
And we'll get you Zoom information if
All right.
either or both of you can be on.
Okay.
That would be good. Okay.
To that end, Mr. Chairman, there's an active site plan by the prospective purchaser of the property that was Anacostia's property. And we have a site plan, we're actively marketing it, and they're ready to, literally here we are again, ready to move forward. But for these utilities being put in place, as many times as we try to impress upon the EDA that's actually how economic development works. When you invest in infrastructure, people do other things. This is actively active and ongoing at 39.
All right. 3594?
The county council was gracious enough to allocate the funds from the Ready grant, or not the Ready grant, the ARP grant set aside for the utility extension for this. The commission received a consulting contract from HWC. It was reviewed by Mitch and the county engineer. They believed it to be appropriate. I'd asked that the county or that the commissioners approve that $18,000 lump sum contract to identify a rate analysis between now and between now and any expenditure of these funds. We will continue our due diligence with the city utilities regarding location, access, and so on. If for whatever reason we find that the city of Michigan City is going to take the complete opposite tact that they took at 421 and 94, which is we're going to allow somebody to invest money in our utility systems to extend them so that we can get more customers. If they want to change that and tell whomever, no, we don't want you to spend money on our utilities, and no, we don't want any more customers, we'll report back to this body as soon as we can.
Thank
and
you.
we'll look at different alternatives.
Thank you.
But I'd ask for approval of the HWC contract for today, and then I'll put them on notice that as we continue with due diligence, we're going to make sure that we're able to do these things. And if the answer is no, then there's no need to move.
Do we need a motion to approve that contract?
You would, sir.
I'll make that motion and.
Second. We have a motion and a
For
second.
18,000, right?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Okay.
Motion and a second.
I'll
All those
second
in- All those in favor say aye.
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 Those opposed? Thank you.
Great. Mitch, do you have anything else at 35 and? Pardon? Oh, yeah. Sorry, well, we would need a 25 $2,500 check for the closing for the lift station at 421 and 94.
So you
I
need a
think
motion,
Birdie
you
and
need a
title will be
motion on
okay,
that?
but I just need to be able to tell the auditor's office to.
Yeah,
to
we
go
need it
to-
on record that you
Yeah.
authorize.
Make a motion to supply the check for $2,500 as needed for the closing on whatever date you just shared.
Second.
You have a motion and a second for the check for the closing. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed?
Okay.
Thank you.
Edge, any more checks we need to write here? Are we good? Okay. That's all I have, Mr. Chairman.
New business.
Yes, sir.
Did you, I'm not pointing at you, I'm pointing at.
Well, Ryan, I think covered most of it. They are gonna go south with the sanitary, get as much done as they can while they wait on pipe. And we are having difficulties with some of the utilities out there. IFN fiber put a handhole right on top of the casing that we're gonna use on 421, so got them coming out within 2 weeks to relocate that. And then AT&T across the street's in the way also, so every turn we make, there's something that we gotta
I hear
keep
you.
pushing to get it
Right.
going. So,
Thank you.
Yep.
Did you want to, Corey, did you, under new business? I think this is pertinent, so it's not.
My name's Corey Frederickson. I own Michigan City Campground. And I'd like to investigate to tie into the sewer at 421 and 300 North.
So I put him in touch with Mitch. I think I gave him Mitch's number. So that'd be great. So we got people already wanting to expand it. So thank you. Any other business? Hearing none, motion to adjourn.
So move.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
There you go.